When I look back at my life, at every moment that changed me, every step that shaped me, there is one face that appears again and again, my mother's. People say a mother's love is pure, but you never truly understand how powerful that love is until you grow up and finally see all the sacrifices she made quietly without ever asking for anything in return. When I was a child, I thought her strength was normal. I thought her smile was effortless. I thought her patience was endless. I didn't know she was breaking on the inside while building me on the outside. I didn't know that the warmth in her hug came from a heart that carried more pain than I could ever imagine. I didn't know that behind her gentle voice was a woman who had cried herself to sleep more nights than she would ever admit. As a child, I was innocent, unaware, ungrateful. I thought she had answers to everything, but now I realize she wasn't always strong. She just pretended to be strong for me. She was not fearless. She faced her fears so I wouldn't have to. She wasn't unbreakable. She simply refused to break in front of me. I remember the mornings when she woke up before everyone else, quietly moving around the house so no one else would be disturbed. I remember hearing the clinking of utensils at dawn while she prepared breakfast, even when she herself hadn't slept the entire night. I remember her walking me to school under the hot sun, pretending she was fine, even though her feet were swollen and her body was exhausted. I remember her calling me inside during the rain, making sure I never felt sick. And then I found out years later that she often stood in that same rain waiting for buses because she couldn't afford a rickshaw. I remember how she always told me she wasn't hungry, even though there was barely enough food for both of us. I didn't understand it then, but now I know she was lying. Not because she wanted to eat later, but because she wanted me to eat first. She would watch me eat with a smile that hid the hunger in her eyes. And when I grew older and looked back, that smile broke my heart more than any pain in this world. There were days when I thought I was the one struggling, when I thought life was unfair to me. But now I know that the real warrior of our home was my mother. She was the shield that protected me from storms I never even saw. When money was short, she managed the home like a magician, turning one meal into three, turning small moments into happiness, turning broken years into a childhood that felt full. When I was sick, she didn't sleep even for a minute, sitting beside me the entire night, her hand on my forehead while she silently prayed for my health. She would cry alone in the washroom so I wouldn't worry. She would hide her stress behind a smile so I could focus on my studies. She would wipe her tears quickly whenever I entered the room, as if sadness was something she wasn't allowed to feel. I remember one winter night when she placed her own blanket over me while she slept with just a thin sheet. I remember the times she stopped buying clothes for herself so she could buy new ones for me. I remember how she saved money in small amounts, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, just so she could surprise me on my birthday. I remember the sacrifices she made that I only realized as an adult. She didn't buy things for herself. She didn't go on trips. She didn't rest. She didn't complain. She simply loved, endlessly, powerfully, quietly. And now that life has shown me what the world really is, I understand that there is no bond stronger than a mother's bond with her child. A mother can walk through fire if it means protecting her family. She can starve so her children can eat. She can cry silently so her children can laugh loudly. She can break every day and still find a way to stand back up so her family doesn't fall apart. What amazes me most is how she never reminds us of her sacrifices. She never says, "I did this for you." She never complains about the pain she endured. She never demands recognition. She never expects repayment. Her love asks for nothing, and yet it gives everything. Sometimes I wonder how she survived the stress, the financial struggles, the loneliness, the pressure, the exhaustion. How she kept going when life kept hitting her from every direction. And then I realize she kept going because of love. A mother's love is not weak, it is not soft, it is the strongest form of love in the world.
It is love that can fight, endure, protect, and survive. It is love that can rebuild a broken child, reshape a shattered family, and bring light into a home filled with darkness. When I think about the future, about success, about dreams, I know one thing. Nothing I achieve will ever match what she has done for me. No award, no trophy, no money, no fame, none of it compares to a single tear she wiped from my face. None of it compares to a single night she stayed awake for me. None of it compares to a single prayer she made for my happiness. Once I asked myself, what does a mother really want from her child? And the answer surprised me. She doesn't want money. She doesn't want luxury. She doesn't want gifts. She only wants respect, love, and time. She wants to be talked to. She wants to be heard. She wants to be appreciated. She wants to feel that all her sacrifices meant something. She wants her child to become a good human being. That's it. That's all. A mother's love is the purest form of love because it is selfless from beginning to end. She gives without expecting. She loves without conditions. She sacrifices without hesitation. And today, if I could say one thing to every child in this world, I would say this. Love your mother while you still can. Don't wait for someday. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait to be successful. Because a mother's presence is the greatest blessing you will ever have in your life. And one day, when she is gone, you will realize that no amount of success can fill the silence she leaves behind. Appreciate her, hug her, talk to her, make her feel special, not just on Mother's Day, but every day. Because behind every single strong child is a mother who sacrificed a lifetime of comfort. Behind every success story is a mother who never gave up on her child. Behind every dream fulfilled is a mother who prayed endlessly. And behind every smile we wear today is a mother who forgot her own sadness so we could be happy. A mother's love is not just love, it is a miracle that walks on earth.